Monrovia goes quiet in anticipation of final election results as false rumor of gunmen attack spread throughout central Monrovia. No candidate obtained 50% plus one. Liberia Elections Observation Network releases result analysis of the October 10th presidential election. Two mob to death in Nimba as alleged madman goes on the rampage after the mother of his children was taken to another town. Speaker Chambers Gueclo lead top CDC lawmakers to be voted out of Capitol building, ending the general's reign. It says, and I quote, that in the 2023 legislative elections that had been marred by surprises, the leaders of the House of Representatives, with the exception of Deputy Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa, have been rejected by their constituents, also called by their employers. And leading the marching order is Speaker Beaufort Chambers, followed by Akaros Gray. I don't know why he didn't take this to the bank. They just got to leave it with the people not to decide. So they want this measure is not going to the bank, because even if it goes to the bank, will be a special deficit. Amid reality of a runoff, war crimes drum beat over from a law league chat room exchanges reveal, but United Party denies. PYJ race turned over after elections. There's a question asked. It says allegedly from the UP government leadership chat room attributed to J. Kabakole. It says we would indict him for war crimes and turn him over to the ICJ for the allegation that he faces for killing over 250,000 Liberians. Once we don't have Prince Johnson around, we are safe. The Libyans, F is to believe we will allow our son and president to sleep in beds with a murderer. We have no choice but to preserve our government and our people. Allegedly from the UP government leadership chat room attributed to J. Kabakole. Mo Ali said, and I quote, yesterday we saw a list circulating on social media and other news outlets claiming that it is a proposed cabinet list from the UP. Such list is fake, misleading, and is a propaganda ploy from the opponent intended to cause mistrust among our leaders. The purported chat room from which the fake list was generated is also fake. I don't know how they will do the list with the kind of people that have in the UP, the likes of Patrick Horner, the likes of Mo Ali, and they will not have means. I mean, I don't know. So if you're not in United Party, you can't get a job. Most should remember that they still haunted the formation of the CPP when they started, and we had to come on the radio and make that clarification. But that's what the paper says. Mo will be here as my special studio guest, and we will be discussing that. That is all what I have. I'm not reading the editorial. The editorial is that United Party must condemn its surrogate's remarks against the country's peace. I'm not reading that because of repeat of what was in the paper yesterday. So we have with us my co-host is Matthias Labendi. He's from Lofa. I don't know where he voted for just said, I don't know. I don't know that. And I have
it's my secret.
No, I know you voted for Biker. This thing is becoming regional vote now, the way I see it now.
And you voted for We Are Right.
For
And he voted for comments.
no, I don't know who I voted for.
You got him pens down.
Yeah.
No, but you don't my finger. There's no ink on my finger. I didn't vote for anybody. And so we have with us our special studio guest, Patrick Honda. Good morning, Patrick.
A very good morning to you, T-Max, and good morning to your co-host. Good morning. Good morning.
We miss these days,
Yeah, we used to team up. Don't matter, man. You don't understand anything.
Yeah, man, we ain't got no place for them, man. We ain't got no
When
place.
the man talking that he the one.
Like it doesn't introduce in the program now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talking.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Thank you very much, Patrick. We have my friend, my brother, Mo Ali. Good morning, Mo.
Morning, T-Max, and
But I since election, I just saying you.
Yeah, but
But you want to see the man.
I want to see that man always. And thank you for the new studio. This one can take so many persons.
Right.
So you need to call presidential debate here now.
For what election? The election was for. We should have done that before.
People can do that in the second round.
Runoff presidential debate between Joseph
Say
Boakai and George Weah.
Oh, I will be delighted to do that.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
This time around, we want debate. And we can assure you that it's
the press start calling for debate.
Why are you calling for this debate?
No,
what is in it?
We should have done that in the beginning first.
Yeah,
no, we said from the very beginning that it is Mr. Weah who want to sit during the elections. Once he consents to a debate, we will go there. And I am going to ask, I think it was Malcolm Joseph and the group that organized that debate, see if they can organize it. This time around, the Liberian people are going to make an ultimate decision between two candidates. These two candidates must be able to tell the people what they will do for them. And let me just add to that. Debates are meant for the policy makers to see exactly what they are capable of doing, what their plans are.
Liberian voters are not interested. Liberian voters are not interested. And that is a sad thing.
In 2005, there was a debate, and the person who won the election in 2005 attended the debate, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And Ambassador Weah also attended a debate in 2005. That was when he said he confessed that he did not graduate from high school. 2011, there were a series of debates, but Madam Sirleaf did not attend. Ambassador Weah did not attend. In 2017, there was a debate that Ambassador Boakai, as incumbent vice president contestant, attended, along with 19 others. Ambassador Weah, 18 others. Ambassador Weah did not attend.
So what we waste our time on debate? He didn't attend. He didn't tell us what he would do. Yet he won.
Let's be honest about this. It's good to hear from these people what they are capable of doing.
What difference does it make?
It makes a lot of difference.
Liberians, Patrick, have shown that they're not interested in debate.
And majority of the voters too, Patrick.
And they tell you that debate will eat.
Are they really interested in what the people say?
Don't tell me you don't want to debate with George Weah and Joseph Boakai.
Oh, absolutely, would love to.
Would you?
Absolutely.
You would. Great. Let's have a debate with George.
It's just unfortunate our society.
Let's have that discussion. Let's have a debate with George Weah.
It's just unfortunate that our society illiteracy rate grows, as indicated in the bylaws that were disqualified.
Right.
I mean, in 2005, I think we have something like 87. It keeps going. I mean, the Liberians get stupider every day, every election cycle. I mean, that's what it will show to me.
Those are your words.
No, I mean, that's what the impression will give you. In 2005, one will understand that we're just coming from war more, that people were preoccupying making decisions. We had a huge number of adequate disqualified ballots. 11. And this year is the
2017.
More than 100,000.
140,000.
I mean, that could carry somebody up to 60-something%.
No, but
you're talking about
what it shows us, three counties for the Southeast. But I tell you, what it shows that we get stupid every day.
But Timax, just to Mo and Patrick, maybe one could take it from another angle. Why are they calling for the debate for the candidates to explain their manifestos to the voters? Why not also take it your responsibility to educate these very voters about the need to avoid this multiplicity of invalid votes?
I've been talking to quite a few persons, and even this morning, someone sent me a message. One of the primary complaints we're getting is that the voting booths are dark. The lighting system, those who voted, you pass behind there, it's a little dark. And most of the older people find it difficult to vote under such a lighting condition. It is creating problem. But the second thing also is that the voter education for this particular election
was inadequate.
Was very much inadequate. I know previous elections, civil society organizations were involved in voter education. They will go all over and explain to the people and tell them how they should vote. And I believe they were getting funding from the Elections Commission or through some international organizations. Right now, I'm not sure they are getting money from anywhere. Even NEC is struggling to get money to conduct elections. So it is making it very, very difficult to conduct voter education. And you know, there are also other people. I listened to a guy, they recorded him. Who you voted for? He say, I'm lucky for all of them. I want cheat. Not to be frank, right? The guy said he voted for everybody. He said because all of them want to be president, he don't want to cheat anybody. So I just knock it for all of them. Then they carry small.
I think we are underestimating, or sometimes we understate the level of. I want to try to be respectful how to say this. The level of the lack of intelligence, if you may, or the level of illiteracy in our country. Let me say that wrong. 2005, we had the same problem with a huge stockpile of invalid votes. 2011, the same.
It increased,
but it has increased. So imagine a whooping 140
in alone.
That's what I
no
was
other
telling you.
politician, no other politician in this election outside of Joseph Boakai and George Weah has had that number. So it means
Patrick,
he's voting third.
even in Nimba, there was 15,000 plus invalid votes in Nimba alone.
Right.
15,000 plus, accounting for 6 point something percent of.
Let me that alone. We know what it is, but I will put it squarely. And look at
We
Liberia.
have to check those invalid votes by. We have to really.
There are a lot of stuff that people need to check. But let's look at that. This noise, I'll call it noise, and more than I had it several times on this platform. The impossibility of having a one round election. Everybody was running with this idea: one round. Well, that's water under the bridge. One round was a myth. Realistically, statistically, that New Year wouldn't hold.
Absolutely.
And I told my friend Mo, we always argue intellectually. We have our own disagreement, and we never agreed on one thing for just from the face value of that. And I told Mo that was completely impossible. So we went to it in a show. We had a raw, and we are reckoning that this thing would not be. Now we went to the second round. My question to you, Mo, and to my friend and my brother, we missed our relationship in 2017 election. We missed our good time in 2011. That's for you people to know, but we cannot go into detail. We missed our good relationship in 2017 election. Who benefits for this second round? We are is into this second round already with something up to 9,000. Who benefits from this?
So the margin as it stands is around 7,000.
7,000, okay?
Yeah. Firstly, let me still state that we believe we work extremely hard to clinch a first round victory, and we don't know what happened, but we still believe we could have won the first ballot. However,
you claim a first round victory?
I said we believe we could have won on the first ballot.
Okay.
However, we are eventually going to a second round. You know, when you compare several factors, you will think that the Unity Party and collaborators are coming into this on the high. Reports from the EU, from election observer nations, have stated categorically that Mr. Weah and the CDC use state resources to fund their campaign, to finance their campaign. They have abundance of money we didn't have. They have access to state resources we didn't have. And you know, we came neck to neck. One of my friends did an analysis, Amula Mami. In 2017, we were around 28% in the first round with 400 something thousand votes. In 2023, we've gone from 28% to 43%. That's around 15%
more.
More. In 2017, President Weah was around 38% in the first round. President Weah has gone from 38% to 43%. That's around 5%. So we have gained more. Besides that, in the history of Liberia, at least the one that we know,
Mhm.
Joe Baka has become the first opposition figure to get up to 40% in the first round of the election. You look at it from everywhere. Jackson Doe got, I think, around 23%
With
in
Samuel
1985 with
Kanye
Samuel Kanye.
Mhm.
If you consider the fact that,
Ellen got 13%.
if you consider the
1997.
fact that what's his name, Charles Taylor was part of the transitional government, he was already controlling a larger part of the country. Ellie would have been considered the opposition figure in 1997. She didn't even reach 15%. In 2005, well, everybody started on the clean slate. And then you come to 2017, 2011. So we did not reach 40%. In 2000
When he was in opposition.
17, yeah. Even in opposition in 2017, he did not reach 40%. And so the mass, the momentum favors the Unity Party going into this election. Look, that margin is not a margin. Just take it from the point of the percentage. 43.80%, 43.84 and 43.44 or something like that percent is 0.04% or 0.4%. So, and we still get vote to add there.
From Nimba.
Where you get
No,
you have vote bank.
We got vote bank.
No.
There are still two polling stations. They are rerunning in Nimba.
But Timasa also,
And so we are going in the high, given that racial stripe, opposition, our people are in high momentum. And let me say this lastly before Patrick comes in. We will win big in the second round.
Yeah.
To use Donald Trump very bigly.
Okay, I want to stress the positives of these results. In 2017, there were 20 presidential candidates, 19 going against Joseph Boakai. In 2023, there were 20 presidential candidates, more than half of those numbers going against Joseph Boakai. Yeah.
How does that?
Against Joseph Boakai. I mean, all those opposition candidates. Even opposition candidates.
I think we are going all again. 19 against George
That's for another day. We all know what.
But they attacked from many oppositions
against directed at Joseph Boakai. But here is the point. We flipped Grand Cape Mount County. We flipped Bomi. We flipped Margibi. We flipped Nimba. In 2017, Prince Johnson, as a presidential candidate, won Nimba County with a whooping 107,000. The person that came second in 2017 in Nimba was Joseph Boakai with 39,900. The person who came third was Weah. Now, in 2023, we've flipped Nimba County with a whooping 130-something thousand. 37,000 votes in Nimba County in the first round. So we flipped Nimba. We flipped Mangi.
So where was that?
We flipped Kema. And guess what? We have flipped the almighty Montserrado County. Thanks to all of your opinion polls. And I need to say this for those people who doubt opinion polls. This is a clear example of what a survey like an opinion poll would do for you. When you do these opinion polls, and you open the line, say if elections were held today, who will you vote for? And people are calling in. This is clearly telling you, Montserrado County, all the opinion polls, Joseph Boakai won, and he has won Montserrado County. What do you say about opinion polls again?
So let's go this way. Let's in the chorus of this one round thing. I think Nimba County did you a favor. Nimba County did well because I was anticipating Patrick from Lofa, and I'm a Lawman crew.
Yeah.
So whether you believe it or not, I'm Lawman crew. So
take it.
Yeah. So I live there. The better part of my life, I live in Lofa. One would have thought La Bendi, given who Joseph Nimba Boakai is the uncle of all the tribes.
Yeah, in Lofa County.
Right. That's why they call them. The Kisi are the uncles for all the tribes. Right. And given that he's given this opportunity to run as president for the Republic of Liberia, he would have had more than what was expected
From Lofa County.
from Lofa County.
That's a good
Let-
point.
let me-
They didn't show up. Why?
Let me tell you what has happened.
Did you people dump him or
No.
what?
There's a candidate called
Yeah,
Moses. There was a candidate.
there
There was a candidate called Moses Colley
Yes.
who transported trucks of human beings to Lofa County to vote for him and his CDC. There is also a candidate called Thomas Fowler who trucked a lot of people to Foya so as to make it appear like the people in Foya are giving CDC the numbers. Watch out for the round 2. But more than that, Joseph Boakai won Lofa County. Be fair to the Lofans. Joseph Boakai won Lofa County with over 77,000 human beings. Next was George Weah with 37,000. It is going to drop. What is happening in Lofa as we speak? What is happening in Lofa?
Fala
is
stay in
feedback
Lofa.
from-
Fala stayed in
Come
Lofa.
on.
Fala will stay run up
Come
with
on.
support for
Right.
Get it
So
out.
And I think
That's
he
what they think
has
the difference
I
will
think he
make.
has got party has
Let
gotten
me tell
I
you.
think he has gotten better grip given that the election
What
in
is
his
happening
district.
right now?
Yeah.
What is happening? There is a complete twist to this election, and as much as we don't want to seem to go there because this is public radio,
You've accused
but
him of fucking people already.
It seems like it's going to be regional tribal, and that is the impression everybody gets, whether you like to hear it or not. The first round showed clearly that the Southeast voted for their son, even though their son did not carry road or a single thing to that Southeast. They still said they wanted him. The other people on the side get the feedback. And in Lofa, as I speak, on the various radio stations, they've been asking themselves, oh, so we don't want the people say we're stupid, right? So the other people can do the one, so we don't want, okay, second round coming. Get ready for the second round. This is going to have a trickle-down effect on the entire region. It's going to affect Bon County. It's going to trickle down to Nimba, especially with Councillor Gonglo now in the race. Nimba is going to shoot more than 90% of the
Has
votes.
Gongo already endorsed JMB?
He hasn't. Not that I know of.
So
Not that I know of.
so
Who
what would
can
be
speak to that?
So what would be the
Not that I
trick?
know of.
What would be the trick on that?
The trick on that is that, one group of people that I respect in this country, in fact, two groups. I respect the Southeasterners, and as much as they voted against us, but I respect them
You gotta respect us.
because
I'm from there. You gotta respect us.
I respect
They
people
voted
who
well,
I
yeah.
respect people who stand by their own. Right? We may have all of the politics around it. They stood by their own. But we should not also get vexed when the other people decide to stand by their own. We should not say it is regional.
Then the buyers stood by their. They stood up for their own.
I come in there. We should not say it is regional, it is tribal, right? So the Nimbayans are two sons, basically two main sons. Not that the other Nimbayans were contested, but two political heavyweights in the elections. And so one of them got the highest because he has a clear chance of putting Nimba on the leadership map. The other one got around 16,000 plus or more, right? The Nimbayans now, all those, more than 90% of those behind Gongo, they are going to go behind the one and only remaining son in the race. That is the trick.
Period.
They are not going to divide their votes, and they are very, very clear about that.
Let's go. Let's.
Period.
No, Patrick. Let's look at this. Niba seems to be that bridge over your troubled waters, the realization of your dreams. Had JMB not taken Jeremiah Kuhn,
How did he what?
had he not
Had he not taken Jeremiah?
Well, look.
No. Let me
let's be honest here.
let me learn.
Go ahead.
You want to be history.
He's a partner now, so I mean, he's trying to get into your throat.
No, so let me come
I'll
there.
get it.
No, I'm not.
Well, Tim has not landed, and Patrick trying to
landed.
get in his throat now.
I'm not learned yet. Look, Niba did you a blessing.
So each day we
Give
have
me
a blessing.
Wait a minute. You know relationship. So I'm telling you, Niba gave you a blessing. Niba need to like that what gave me pace off. Patrick, when I saw that, when I called you yesterday, when I saw that lady, I said, come on, I don't see the chief judge coming from Niba. Okay. I don't see the finance minister coming from Niba. I don't see what the hell that? Because they gave you a favor. Had it not been in the situation, you'd be out of the race.
Come on, T-Max. When people are forming political mergers, coalitions, alliances, people are forming tickets, they look beyond counties of strength. They also look at competence and qualification. Jeremiah Kuhn has been representative. He's had the experience of governance. He has been senator. He has never lost an election, and he comes from a good county. What other pick would you have preferred if you were the one doing a pick?
Had you not done so? You asked the question.
Somebody with governing experience, somebody who comes from a large county like that, somebody who bridges the gap between the older generation and the younger generation, somebody who is influential, somebody who was a plastic bag seller, somebody who sold medicine in a bucket, somebody who drove taxi from red light to Ganta. Who else will you have had
Let me come in here.
Who
Let me
else?
come in here.
But wait. You even walk from real life to wherever you came, whether boat through, whatever you bought. You go walk from that is business. What I'm telling you, the Nibayan didn't vote.
There is a message in that.
What you say, yeah.
Wait a minute. Nibayan did now vote because of his qualification, because of his elegance, because of his hard-working mentality. They voted for him because he's a child.
All politics is local. Besides,
Patrick,
all
let me
politics
come
is
here.
local.
I disagree with
Mo.
T-Max.
Okay, Mo.
I disagree with T-Max. In an internal race in Nimba, on 3 occasions, they voted for him. That time, it was not regional, it was not tribal. It was a competition between and amongst Nimbayans, and they voted for him 3 times. So they've seen competence in him long before Joseph Boakai took him. That's one point we need to clear. The second point is that Joseph Boakai taking him speaks to the decision-making capacity and ability of Joseph Boakai. Speaks to contrary to what people think that Joseph Boakai cannot make good decisions. It speaks to the fact that Joseph Boakai can learn from mistakes in the past and improve. And he kept this to himself, and he alone, with all of the analysis we all submitted, he sat down every night. He would tell me, Mo, I'm reading through every analysis and I'll make my decision. And he made a decision in the interest of this country. He made a decision that will move the country forward and that will clinch us the victory. So say what you want to say. Joseph Boakai made a decisive decision, a very good decision. He went for somebody who has a proven track record of winning elections.
A person who has the base of votes.
He went for somebody,
and also competence.
You know, T-Max, for somebody to rise from student leadership at Cottington to representative to senator, all within the space of 10, 15 years, is remarkable. For somebody to rise from selling medicine in the bucket, for selling
don't even go there. Jesus was a carpenter. No.
And he became who?
And he became Jesus. Yeah, so let's forget about that. So don't go.
That is Jeremiah. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I sanctified you to become priest over the nation.
So whether he's so bad,
that's Jeremiah there.
No, but I'm talking. I'm blending. Let me learn.
Wait.
I am blending 2 things.
No,
here.
he's bringing the Bible, so I want.
No, I'm not bringing Bible.
No. I would have said that. That Jeremiah is not like it today, Jeremiah.
No, Jeremiah.
Names have
Patrick, let me learn.
Names have meanings.
Jeremiah brings a blend of 2 things: political experience and political maneuverability. He also brings the experience of business, somebody who thrives in the business environment, from selling in the streets to becoming one of the biggest business persons.
Let's look at that. We all went through this rough ride in the first round. What lesson did you learn? What will you look at realistically, logically, as well as be your weakness and your strength?
I like to look at the glass half full. You know, I like to see the positives in everything. We're at 43%, unprecedented. I mean, you're going into an election with a reckless ruling party that has spent well over just somewhere around $50 million brought into this country.
You did not number this realistic?
Exactly. Let me learn. Brought into this country more than 150 pickups, several thousand motorbikes, spend millions of dollars on media publicity, spend all those had all those t-shirts, printed more than 2.9 t-shirts and berets, million t-shirts and berets all over this country. All the billboards had Weah's insignia, had Weah's picture and all of that. And for us to battle them to 43%, Weah is OUT. Weah is out. The Liberian people, majority of the Liberian people have sent Weah a very clear message that they don't want him as their president. They've sent him that message in this election, and we have to see the message that the Liberian people sent to him. In other countries, when incumbents are running, they are either over 50%, but the majority of the people will repose confidence in their leadership. In this country, the majority of the Liberian people have said to Mr. Weah, we don't want you as our president. And the people will justify that.
Is that
They
your
will-
weakness or
They
your
will
strength?
justify, this is our strength.
So what is
As
your
an
weakness?
as an opposition, I'm keen on focusing on our strength. As an opposition, we are clear that the Liberian people will make a decision and send a clear signal. They will stampede their way to history democratically on whatever day in November that is picked by the National Elections Commission for the runoff. This Mr. Weah cannot escape this defeat. I know he's trying so hard. I know he's fighting so hard. He's planting stories in the local dailies. He's doing all of that, putting fake lists out. And this is Eugene Nangbe's strategy. I know Eugene. We work with Eugene. You know that very well. We did the same thing in 2017. And I want to say this. Any story that comes out in a runoff, any story that comes out in a runoff, if you believe it, then some screw in your head must be missing. Because doing a runoff, people use that as propaganda, a period for propaganda. Look at the story today about Prince Joseph, but also that only now doing a run on that Prince Joseph Baga will say that kind of thing. So they want to take this paper, carry it to Nimba, put it there, and think that the Nimba people, but Prince Johnson, we call it, Prince Johnson already laughing. Because this cannot work. This is Eugene Nangbe's strategy. The same strategy when he was with NDPL, Nepal, the same strategy when he was with NTGL, the transitional government, the same strategy when he was with us. The same strategy. This is a strategy. Everything that you see coming, fake WhatsApp messages, they put lists up, say that this is a lie. You know who's desperate for power? Is Eugene and the other people. He cannot afford to leave that maritime. How can Eugene afford? He's never worked in the private sector by himself all his life. This is the man who was minister of Post and Telecommunications doing NTGL. Chairman Brown. We used to be to the executive mansion, covering the executive mansion. We used to see Eugene there as minister. When President Sharif came to power, Eugene was in CDC. He maneuvered his way. He maneuvered his way to join Ellen to become minister. Smart. They call it smart. But you see that it is being consistently inconsistent. He maneuvered his way and became a part of Ellen's kitchen cabinet. Eugene used to go to Ellen's house every morning to have meeting with Aunt Jenny, Samuel Wulu, and all these people used to be in that meeting. You hear? He maneuvered his way and became Minister of Youth and Sports, Minister of Transport, and Minister of Information. When he got to realize that the pendulum was swinging in September of 2017, he resigned as Secretary General of the UP and joined CDC. By that time, he had already known that CDC, he made friends with his old friends. And today, Eugene has manipulated his way to power in closeness, proximity to Weah, and he's planting all these things. You think he didn't know why?
But Patrick,
We know you.
I noticed that you do not want to talk. Yeah, I noticed that you don't want to talk about your weakness, but perhaps this may be your weakness that many people have spoken about in the public. Maybe your weakness. Okay, maybe. That many folks have talked about in the public. Money. You have issues with money. No. You go to campaign, you need resources. You talk about the government spending about $50 million allegedly, purchasing a lot of things and dishing out money on media practitioners and so planting stories in the daily. If you do not have resources, you may not be able to reach as far as Grand Crew to have these meetings with the people, to even pay pool washes and all of that. You need resources. If that is not your weakness, then what then is your weakness?
I know more wants to come in, but let me say this thing about money.
Right.
If you observe during this campaign, the Liberian people took onto themselves and raised money for pool watchers. The Liberian people took onto themselves and printed their own T-shirt, unprecedented feat. The Liberian people are saying to Mr. Weah, we don't want to stay in this thing for 6 more years. Gentlemen, we are joking with this. But let me just say this. We have 2 to 3 weeks now to shift our destiny, the country's destiny for the next 6 years added to everybody's age in this room. 6 years added to in 3 weeks to determine what happens to all of us here for the next 6 years of our lives. If we are better, let's go back and put we are there. If we are better, we are saying money or no money, this is a rescue mission. This is a mission, and we must achieve this goal. Mr. Weah is out. Mr. Weah is trembling. Mr. Weah right now is frightened by the fact that he's going into the election with a very extremely indomitable opposition.
Thank you very much. Let's take our break, and when we come back, I will look at that Waterloo, that Napoleon Bonaparte Waterloo for the Unity Party, the Southeast.
Yeah, let's go there.
Let me talk about the weakness too.
We'll come and talk about it. Mr. Weah is trembling. Mr. Weah right now is frightened by the fact that he's going to the party. The Southeast. This program is really French radio.
You can pause it. Or yeah, buddy. Yeah, I watch no punch.
Yeah,
I watch it.
My second two are lazy and put it at city mayor. City police. No, fake. But we did it city mayor. We did it.
Cheap.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50-50 on Sky 107. My special studio guests is they are Mr. Mo Ali and my friend, my brother, Patrick Honda. All of them coming from the Unity Party as we discuss the strategy going into the second round. Let's look at that. And this program has been simulcast on Punch FM and Punch TV, Spoon FM and Spoon TV. Let's look at this. I was asking for your weakness and your strength. You talked about that. But let's look at how will you manage the Southeast? Joe, we have swept the Southeast coming from Basel all the way to Grand Gita. How will you manage that in the second round? If you could not manage that, probably because you performed so poorly in the Southeast. How do you want to combat that? I want to start with Mo.
You know,
You don't have
the
$50
thing
million.
about
You don't have $50 million that you spend.
and
How do
I
you
was
manage the all powerful Saudis?
I was saying, you know, Matthias mentioned the absence of money as being weakness. I don't see it as weakness. That's when, in the absence of money, you know the commitment level of the people. That's when you understand that the people are truly for you. When the people can get in the rain, on a torrential rainfall with lightning striking, thunder rolling, and they get in all the feces water for your business, that's commitment. We don't need money, we need commitment from people. When you have the commitment from the people, you will have the money. We didn't print t-shirts. The people printed their own t-shirts. The people raised money for the pool washers. The people will do so again. As a matter of fact, in the first round,
What will you do differently than the Southeast? That's what I'm asking you.
we did not utilize the many professionals, health workers, teachers, civil servants who wanted to be pool washers. This time around, we're utilizing them. We'll do two things in the Southeast. We are increasing our engagement in the Southeast. We are increasing the level of truth telling to the Southeast. We are going to increase the visibility in the Southeast. We're going to make the people in the Southeast to understand that, yeah, why it is true that George Weah is your son, but when somebody is your son and they ascend to the highest position in the country, that son must look back and say, this is where I am from, and this place must benefit. What has the Southeast benefited? President Weah became president in 2018 January. Until campaign time, he visited the entire Southeast once. And guess what happened? They had to pass his motorcade through the Ivory Coast. That's not benefit. We're going to make the people to understand that vividly. Maybe we didn't do well in that propaganda.
But yet they voted for him.
That's why I said maybe we did not make the Southeasterners, including you, to understand that T-Max cannot visit Grand Crew.
I like that.
President Weah had to use a helicopter that he was renting for $50,000 a day. He rented that helicopter for 10 days. That's a whooping $500,000. That $500,000 who are rehabilitated most of the bastards on the roads leading to the Southeast. He would have gone there, and other candidates would have gone there. But you know, President Weah, in a way, is smart. I will keep the Southeast disconnected, detached to the rest of Liberia, so that in the future, presidential candidates will not have the opportunity because they don't have the resources to go there to campaign. Only me will go, your son, I don't care what happened, vote for your son. Your son should be the one to benefit you. They show him love since 2005. What is the return that is shown to the people of the Southeast? Can you access Grenjida easily? No. There is a town in Grenjida they call Whole Town. You cannot access that town through Grenjida. You got to access it through River Cess, crossing water, endangering yourself. That people in Grand Crew, right next door to in Sino, right next door to Grand Crew, you cannot commute from Grand Crew to Sino easily. President Weah spent the whole night on the road between Grand Crew and Sino. The people will understand those things. And so we will be there. We'll not expose all of our strategies, but we'll talk to our brothers and our sisters, our mothers and fathers, our aunties and uncles, grandparents who are from the Southeast.
Liberians have always had this thing, and I think that was when I joined DC 101, the days of Charles Taylor, and I met Betty Blunt, the lady who used to report for BBC.
Elizabeth Blunt.
And we're trying to craft this idea, trying to sort of raise the intelligence of our people, trying to put Taylor in a category that our people would appreciate. We say there are more good people than bad people, and the good people will win. Patrick, you can understand that.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
Benton and I were in the studio, and we heard that thunderous sound coming from across the bridge. You came, mama, you came, papa, I will vote for him. You came, mama, you came, papa, you saw the cripple, the dumb, everybody come to town. You think that we carry this song, this same record to the southeast? Would they listen to you? Hey, your son was president for states, he ain't doing nothing. So don't vote for him. You think we will listen to you?
You know, T-Max, I like to, let me say that I'm not sure Mr. Weir has cast a spell over the Southeast, but what he's doing to those people is grossly unfair. That he appears to have cast a spell, that this man, he like an occultic kingdom leader, that even if he doesn't do anything, they must worship. It is unfair. And we are determined to break through that Southeast. Watch out for this time, the results from the Southeast. Some of the Southeasterners are even surprised with the results coming from there.
How?
Some of them are surprised. They don't know what's
How?
happening.
How?
I mean, they are just surprised. I'm saying this. Some of them are surprised.
If you
They're
look at the
surprised when,
list,
when they listen to radio because
if you look at the record
they
from
know very well that Mr. Weir
James,
has underperformed. And they know they're not. They have like, when Mr. Weir went to Grand Crew, what did people say? They posted, we want rescue. We want rescue. When the results came from Grand Crew, what did they show? So some of the people there are surprised. And, you know, I know that there are some Easterners who know the truth. There are some Easterners who know very well that this man cannot cast a spell on me. No, he's not an occultic kingdom leader. He cannot cast a spell on me. I am not forced to worship this man. No, 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 no.
But
So Mr. Weir is having his last days as
T-Max,
president.
let me just
I'm saying that Mr. Weir is having his last days. Look, there is no way Mr. Weir is going to win this election. I know he's been trying. I know he's trying. I know he's trying his best to hang on to power desperately. Like your Southeastern man 12, they want to remain so desperately in power. But the Liberian people are saying no, and I repeat that the fact that more than 50%, you as a sitting president, more than 50% of your people clearly indicated at the ballot box that we want you, you should be scared.
But Patrick, I sense a little contradiction, from your previous statement concerning regional politics. And I would like to break it down into three perspectives, right?
Mhm.
Because politics in Liberia, I see it from region, likability, that's another one. People just naturally like people. 2017, we heard that I just like the boy. That was in the case of Georgia. Another thing is money, all right? So earlier you spoke about region. The people of the Southeasterners, they show love to their son, and the Lothians will also do that even more in the second round. How then are you making it to seem like someone is a priest or leader, casting a spell on the people? Why can we continue seeing it from a regional perspective?
No. There's a complete difference. There were other candidates from the Southeast. Mr. Cummings comes from the Southeast, right? So if they were playing the regional card, Mr. Cummings did not even come third. I understand in Maryland County. Apeton came third. They okay. Let me leave it.
You know who the Appleton is?
Have you seen him? Did you interview him?
I've not seen him.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen him, but he came third in.
Does it matter
Maryland
to
County.
the United Party?
Well, I know that we're going into these elections knowing that we are going to win, and we need everybody.
Okay.
We need everybody.
Including Appleton.
We need everybody to win.
T-Max.
This is going to be a single majority thing now.
I agree.
This is going to be a single, so every vote counts at this point, right? But I'm saying that there is no contradiction in what I said earlier. Look, if we talk about regional thing, there are people who come from a particular region, more than one person, so they will try to strike a balance, right?
Okay.
But in the event, in the case with other candidates from this particular region that the people have rejected, with this particular person who seems to have cast a spell on them, then it becomes worrying. And we are saying we are determined to break that spell. Watch out. We have prominent Southeasterners who have been calling, and they've been saying, no. This doesn't look right. We're going to the Southeast. In the coming weeks, there will be a mass movement of people to the Southeast. and to every nook and cranny of that southeast, and we'll build those. And I can tell you that during the runoff, the numbers will change because, as Mo said, appropriate messaging would reach the southeast. Let them know the only paved road in the southeast outside of what was built by Samuel Doe when he was president, the streets of Zwedu, outside of what was paved by William V.S. Stockman when he was president for 20 something years, the streets of Harper. The only paved road connecting county to county was initiated and built by the Unity Party, Joseph Yuma Boaka led government. The only paved road, the company in the southeast that is employing hundreds of people is Golden Beryllium. It's in Sino County and filters to other counties in the southeast. How come? How come that these people will have a spell?
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
It is what it is. You go into the second round, undoubtedly, and so you will need some alliances. You need some political parties. What are you talking with, Mo? Or can you do this? I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing.
You want to get into our strategy, T-Max. The only thing I can tell you is that we are reaching out to everyone. We are even reaching out to members of the CDC.
You kidding me?
Yes, T-Max, that elections,
Yeah.
people can vote
You
for you
kidding
in
me?
the first round.
You bouncing.
T-Max, do you know that in 2017, people supported us, they were on our campaign team in the first round, and they switched over to the CDC in the second round. I'll give you one example of the lady from Monserrado. I think she's former superintendent or something. The former superintendent, or she's
Grace
still...
Bond?
Exactly. Grace Bond was one of the leads on our Monserrado campaign team in the first round 2017. And in the second round, she switched. There are many other people who did that. And so we are reaching out to everyone. We are reaching out to political parties, political leaders. We are reaching out to party executives. But we are also reaching out to candidates. Losing or winning candidates, we are reaching out to them.
Which are the candidates you're reaching out to?
Everybody. Everybody.
Including Abiton.
I mean,
What it may be.
Abiton is committed in the presidential election against well-known candidates. Whether the people know Abiton or not,
In other words, who wouldn't want to do business with him? Mo,
they
just
voted for him.
You want to do business with him?
We are reaching out to everybody.
Everybody.
But
Abiton,
for
no.
me, Tima, the question is asking that one vote can be to win the election.
Absolutely.
They say plus one.
Yeah.
That plus one could be Abiton. So we are going to reach out to every single person everywhere in this country. We want to get 100% votes. So
Okay.
reaching out to everyone.
Right. Let's go to the line.
Okay, now so you can call me on those numbers: 07777 You'll be live from 5050 on Sky. 107 better stay call us on 077221223. The program is being relayed simulcast on Punch FM and Punch TV.
Oh, sorry, they said I think she was. But even Celia Coffee.
No, I'm interested. I'm dangerous when I'm in flight.
Is that Celia you're talking about?
Yeah.
This program is being simulcast on Punch FM, Punch TV, Spoon FM, and Spoon TV. So let's go to the line. Talk to our very first caller. Good morning. Oh, Buema, JB Buema. Okay, go ahead.
Hmm.
What did he tell you? What did he tell you?
What did he tell you, Omen?
I don't think he's getting it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was Boyma J.
This is
Boyma,
formerly of State Radio, right?
of Still Radio.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was without the
And I was talking to Poema, and he said something very interesting to me. He said, Patrick, to tell you the truth, I realized that CDC is a cult. You wouldn't know when you're not there.
Okay,
Until
let's
you
go back.
leave.
Let's go back to
It's,
line
it's
3
like a society,
to talk
a
to our
cult that you have to worship
to our
somebody.
next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're not getting that caller. Call me on those numbers on 0777. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. I'm all right. Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I bet on
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 4. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from? Thank you very much. Go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please? Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Leo Frank calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Frank, go ahead.
So I listened to Patrick Horner and my good friend Mo Ali,
Mm-hmm.
Making the.
Go ahead. We're listening. Have we lost him? Call me on that number on 0777. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead. No, I can't continue. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. What's your name? Go ahead. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 1 again to talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. We lost that caller. The numbers 0777 777 Better stay callers on 0777 221 223. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. While we're waiting for them, can I wrap in this question? Or we have another caller on the line already. Good morning.
You know, caller can get tired.
Good morning. We can get it.
Today at 2:00, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph.
You're paying for this announcement.
Sorry, but today at 2:00, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Pwaka will deliver a firing speech.
We'll close on that. Let's go back to the line. Good morning.
Through your throat. Enjoying the two of you.
Go ahead.
That just passed, even as people we voted massively for the unity party. But some people also hearing the results coming up from places where people don't even know just where the application is talking about the total human worker is confused. But however, if an allegation like that, it has to be proven. For in so doing, I'm asking my position to please step in that particular side so that we can find out what the other went on. And also, again, my recommendation to them, in writing the number on the tally sheet, let our position make a recommendation. It shouldn't be writing in number, but it should be writing in words or getting words. That sentence should be spelled. Because we observe that most of the things that went on is that sentence about President we are getting and I get 200 they will just put people on it to be 250.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope they will take that into consideration. Let's go back to line 5. Good morning.
Good morning, Tina.
The word. Good morning. Congratulations to Jovia, Jovia, all the votes. Thank you from Kipamos.
As for me, I voted for my papa. Money back.
Oh.
Oh, yes. I voted for him. I voted for him from time to time. From time to time, I've been voting for him. And when I come to the every day, me seeing now that I can't vote for him, no. Because I know what he has done for us. And somebody asked me, why is there you voting for Mbappe? Because he's from Maryland. I said, no. I just want to bring on your career to Maryland. But I want to vote for my president, incoming president, Joseph Yuma Pwaka.
Thank you very much.
He's everywhere and he's everything. So my guys, that is Tito. I love every one of you guys. I love you guys. Let God bless your keep.
Thank you, Diwa. Thank you. It is taking too long. Let's go back to line 4. Good morning.
My name is Ambassador George.
Who make you ambassador? I said, wait. I said, who make you ambassador? The ambassador thing.
I want to
For a minute.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please?
My name is Leo Frank, calling from the United States.
Leo, go ahead. Go ahead, Leo.
Earlier, I was alluding to cleverly, saying to the Liberian people, look, this is easy. This is a two-horse race, right? Making a choice is so easy this time. So I believe there was some, the voters were a little bit confused of the amount of candidates that were presented to them in the first round. And because of that, some people were probably exhausted, going through a whole list of candidates and representative ballots. And
As this
there
time,
was some level of,
as this time around, you think they will not be confused because they are only two candidates?
Nobody will be confused. Everybody just going for Joseph Bakati.
Okay.
It's easy.
Okay.
This time, let me see this. It boils down to commitment. And then also, the people of Liberia they are so committed to the rescue mission. And, no matter what Mr. Weah does this time, he's not going to, benefit again from the people of Liberia. The people of Liberia gave him a simple mandate, and he will feel committed. So they are going to take him out in the second round.
Thank you,
So
Bob.
I believe the rescue mission is
Thank you very much.
victory in the second round.
Let's go to the next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jate.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from? Somai?
Yes, Wellington B. Somai.
My man. Oh, Somai. Okay, go ahead. You stay in Cowell, stay in Lookington.
No, I'm in Kauai.
Okay, go ahead.
Main Cape Mount.
Yeah, the community market and your studio guests, we have already started educating our people, providing a safe education to them. And this particular runoff election is very simple. For me, the question I always ask people, if you benefited the 6 years, then you can continue. If not, then we can change. So it is very easy. We're not drum here and there shouting, no. And I want to speak to Mo Ali and others. The issue of having campaign laws and putting people in the street, let's disregard that and get to the horse for horse, door to door, and see how best to educate our people. There are people who live in this country, they know the experience that they are passing through, so you wouldn't need to give them the benefit that when Ambassador Bwaka take over this country, what will happen, the future, how bright will it be like?
Somai.
Educate our people.
Somai.
Yes, Timas.
You know, boy, I agree with you, but Liberian people get so that they say we want count all we outside. Everybody want count outside.
People let to count us out.
Yeah, they let them count outside, Timas, but
People got to count us out.
those that will be at home, they are more than the people that can come outside.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Thank you.
So those that will be home, we need to get to them. Let's get you see what happened. Waka Jariba and others, when they started a door-to-door campaign in my TV, you saw the result of it. So I think we need to make good use of it and see how best that we can get back to our people. You that from Cape Town, go back to Cape Town. Talk to the people. And at the end of the day, you will see that the result will be a triumph one for us. And at the end of the day, Ambassador Joseph Nima Kwanta will be the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's our last caller. Let's take this one last caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready. Mo, was it surprising to you that the president beat the people in Grand Bassa County? Was it
No,
surprising?
T-Max, let me tell you, when we did our projection,
You knew you would beat?
well, T-Max, when you're doing projections in your elections, there are certain realities you come up to.
And you knew he would beat you.
To say, well, we surprised, we never won in Grand Bassa before. As a matter of fact, in 2017.
Now you have Nyomli. You have the rest of the party.
And that's what I'm coming to.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm coming to. In 2017, we got 9,000 votes. In Grand Bassa, yes, 9,000 votes.
That's negligible.
Very, very negligible. With the addition of Nyomli, who did not stay the course of the campaign in Grand Bassa. She was always complaining, you're getting me out of my comfort zone. You're taking my time. You carry her to Lofa, you carry her to Bong, to Nimba, all those places. Cape Mount, Pomi, Bapulu. She always said, I want to be in Bassa. We got what we got there. Second round,
She's going to be deposited in Bassa.
she's made clear, not taking one day. As the moment they announced campaign open, she said, I'm sitting in Bassa. So we have narrowed the gap in Grand Bassa. For us, we are grateful to the people of Bassa. And let me say this thing, Max. On this radio, we do appreciate the votes that we got from the Southeast. We appreciate Granchi there. This is, I think, one of our highest number of votes that we've got from Nigeria ever. At least to one polling station, we got 50. We've never got that before. We got votes in Grand Crew, we got votes in Maryland, in Sino.
River G did well.
River G did very well. River says we fought there. We tell the people thank you in those counties. And we can only ask them to increase that number of votes for us. We are grateful to them. Let me tell you something. The vote that people give you is not the right. You don't have rights to people's votes. It's a privilege when they give it to you. You must be very, very grateful to them. Just as we are grateful to Bomi, Kipma, Bapulu, Mosurado, Magibi, Bom, Lofa, Nimba, Basso. We're grateful to every county. And we're coming back to you this time around. We've moved from 2nd Street to 1st Street. From 1st Street, the only other place you can go is to the mansion. Nobody is overtaking us in this race. We are in the front and we will remain there. It's a marathon. We've cut it down from 2nd to 1st Street, straight to the mansion.
Padre, let me go to you. You think that was not a lost opportunity? You had Georgia on the ropes in the first round. But I'm not. You gotta recognize and you gotta respect the power of the incumbency. You in as much you didn't win it in the first round, you think you can ever get it? You've lost him already.
No, come on.
He will get you.
No. I disagree with you.
You disagree?
I disagree with you. Mr. Weah is going to lose these elections. Look, in the first round, Mr. Weah wanted a one-round victory.
So was you.
Weah,
so did you. You wanted a one-round victory.
Mind you, Mr. Weah employs all the superintendents. Mr. Weah employs all district superintendents, the Minister of Internal Affairs and Education, everything. Mr. Weah has got the power to employ. And with all of those networks, Mr. Weah can only settle for 43% when we are in 43%. Mr. Weah is over. But here is the point. Here is something I wanted to flag up. And this is an alert. We are receiving reports. We are receiving reports that the government is intimidating and threatening our people who are civil servants, our people who work with the government of Liberia, in different ministries.
How do they determine who works for, who is a member of the United Party?
Now we've received those reports credible from the Liberia Revenue Authority. We've received reports from the Ministry of Finance that those people there are threatening our people. They say when they win again, they will sack them. I'm saying to all of you civil servants, do not be threatened. These people, and this is just a signal for you. If you sit down and allow these people to come back here, those of you, don't hold anybody responsible. Blame yourself. This is a battle for the soul of the republic. And if you sit down, these people are threatening the people from Nimba working in these various ministries and agencies. They are threatening the people from Lofa working in these various ministries and agencies. They are telling them they will dismiss them. Let's come back to power. You will see.
But they've been there.
Seditions there.
The point that they've been there before the elections.
They said that first mistake we made, we will not make it again. Let's come back. That is what these people are doing. And our people are telling us. Some of these people are so frightened. They are so intimidated. Then another thing, we're also getting reports that CDC has set up a huge chunk of funding to go to areas where they didn't vote for them to start buying the people, criminally buying people's rights, buying the ability to cast